You're a teacher.
A few announcements. Yeah, I forget to take attendance too. I take attendance at the end of the day and try to remember who was there. Um, and who wasn't. And so announcements is that 9-week Control Freak, the coach launch is tomorrow. So that'll be fun. I've seen pricing and it is spendier, but you get a lot of stuff with it. You get the control track, the ball thing, all that. And so I know I'm doing a challenge group for it in January. And so I get a lot of people too are kind of nervous about it because it's expensive. So a usual challenge pack is 160, but this challenge pack is 199. And so it is more money, but I don't know. Some people are willing to spend it and stuff like that. So it's fine. The other announcement is that Beachbody is up to date. They said as of tomorrow, they will be up to date. They have no back orders because I think a lot of us know how long it took for a while there to get our stuff, which was very obnoxious. But I get it, COVID, we bought a sectional and it won't be here till the end of January. I guess Beachbody's not 2 months behind, so that's cool. But they said they're back to normal ship times, which is good. I'm trying to think. MBF goes on the BOD library on the 18th. So we still have a few weeks until that, but that's good to know because I know I've had people who are asking me about MBF and I can tell them hey, do, this program, do the 21-day fix, then, MBF will be online for you to do, which is nice. And so, yeah, I'm excited for 9-week Control Freak. I posted in our page that call that Brittany Need did. She was in the test pilot group. And since you guys are actually new coaches, it's good to listen to because if you're a success starter, so if you hit Success Club, which we haven't really even talked about, because that's not the main focus. So if you help 3 people a month with a challenge pack for 3 months out of your first 6 months, you get to be in a test pilot group. So whatever the new program Beachbody is launching, you would get to be in there quite literal first group of people who ever complete the program. And so it's cool. But how to run free groups. This is super awesome because this is honestly what led me to kind of start and jumpstart my business because you get people in the door who are, right, they have all the excuses of well, I don't have money, or they're unsure about it, or maybe they just are antsy about it. And so many people aren't going to say no to free. And that's how I snag a lot of people. So I personally don't run free groups every month. When I first was a new coach, I would pair up with people and I would run them every single month because I felt like I needed to do whatever I could to get people in to start seeing them and seeing that Beachbody was something worthwhile. But now I only run them, I don't know, every 3-ish months just because they are a lot of work. And I will preface it with I've had really great success in, free groups. I've had a lot of people who convert to challengers out of free groups. And then I've had some free groups where literally I've had 0 people sign up. So I just did all that work for nothing. But at the end of the day, is it really nothing? Because maybe, right, I've never kept track of, oh, this person did my free group a year ago and now they signed up with me. That could be true too. But so first things first is you do you. And I say that in a way of do what works for you and what you like. So usually I run a 5-day free group because it's 5 days, Monday through Friday. It's not a ton of work. It's not overtaking. It's not 14 days, which can be really long. And there's just obviously hundreds of ways you can do it, right? You could do free groups. We'll talk about workouts. I've done free groups where we've done the first 7 days of a program, right? I think we did, Angie, did we do a bar blend one and people could do the first 7 days of bar blend? I don't know. For some reason that
I thought that was in June, yeah? Or did we do a bunch of them in June? That June one was really good though. That's all.
Yeah. And so, right, sometimes we have a ton of success. Sometimes you get maybe one person out of it, but it is what it is. And so you do you, whatever you want to do, right? I've done, in the beginning, I did a 21-day fix one and we did the first 7 workouts of 21-day fix. And you kind of hoped that by that point you got people they're 7 days into this. They don't want to quit now. They want to keep going. And so you do you, whatever you think might work or whatever you want to try, go for it. Right. I team up with people a lot. I don't think one person should have to do like all the work in this. And it's kind of nice when you can have multiple people helping you out. So you could do it, with one or two coaches on our team. You could do it, you could pair up with, Angie or I, you could pair up with whoever, or do what you want. The only thing I caution is when you rely on other people, you have to remember that, like, what happens if they don't post? Because we've had that with free groups, right? Someone has taken a day and then they didn't post anything, and it's kind of awkward because then there's like a weird gap. So one way Angie and I do it is we create a schedule and then we share that in Google Docs, and we can see exactly what posts have been scheduled and what hasn't been scheduled so that we can touch base on it. So you do you, essentially. Find what works for you and keep doing it. So who is it for? Like, who are these free groups for? So I've kind of found three main people that I kind of reach out to and invite. So one is people who use money as an excuse. I think that a lot of people have the money for Beachbody. They just use it as an excuse because that's the easiest way to get out of the invite, right? That's the easiest way to be like, nope, I don't have money, I can't do it. Because we all know the $39 option. And I'm like, how many people, unless you're like a broke college kid, like how many people don't really have $39? Like, I know that some people work their butts off and money is really tight. But a lot of people too, this is kind of on a different tangent. I've had a lot of people who legitimately think Beachbody is like hundreds of dollars a month. So sometimes they just say like, I can't afford it, because they think they're paying like the same price you'd pay a personal trainer, or, they think it's ungodly amounts of money. The second kind of person is the person who wants to try it before they buy it, right? There's a lot of people who say they're worried they're not going to stick with it, or they're worried they're not going to like it, or that they'll sign up and never even push play. So that's a perfect invite there. And then people who are hesitant, people who have ghosted me, people who have said, like, nah, now it's not really a good time. Anyone who's really given me any objection whatsoever, I re-invite to a free group because it's free. And I mean, what could it hurt? Like, I have found inviting to free groups is way easier than inviting to like look into a challenge pack or something, because there's no strings attached, right? Like, if they don't want to try free workouts, whatever. And so that's kind of who they're for. Focus on the basics. I have this bar in a weird spot. Okay. Focus on the basics. So don't overcomplicate it. Like, focus on workouts so you can show them all the options there are to create an awesome workout routine. Some people get really bored, right? Because either A, they do the same thing over and over in a gym, or they have a DVD set that they play over and over again, or they have no idea what to do. Right? We all know how awesome it is to be able to go onto Beachbody on demand, pick whatever we feel like doing, knowing they have a laid out workout plan, knowing they have a laid out calendar, nutrition guides, all that. So show them those options. Second is nutrition. A lot of people, Angie and I were just talking about this, a lot of people think it's super complicated to have good nutrition and to cook healthy, but it's really easy to throw together a chicken wrap or a salad, or eat more vegetables and fruits. So show them some recipes, some ideas, meal prepping, all those things that people have no idea really where to go or where to start with, is awesome. And then lastly, community. I believe that the best thing about Beachbody, and I think you'd all agree with me, is the community. And it's something they can't get anywhere else. Like, you could have an amazing gym routine, but you probably don't have like a group of people cheering you on at the gym, or every time you go to the gym, you're probably not getting, I think of every time we comment on someone's sweaty selfie as a pat on the back. You're probably not getting that. And so it's so much easier to stick to the routine and see that, because making friends as adults is hard and it's awkward. And so being around like-minded people, I think we can all agree, has just really leveled up our lives. And so show them that. And it doesn't have to be too complicated. You really, like, even if you just posted like, hey, do this workout in the morning. Hey, here's a recipe at noon. And then in the evening, you do something fun, like What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite book to read? What's your favorite, I don't know, whatever, tell me about your family. Anything to build community is so huge. Okay. There's two kind of workout options too when we do this. So one workout option that there is you can do the 2-week free trial. So we all kind of know about that where, well, I shouldn't say we all know about that, but you can sign them up for the 3-month bod option, which comes with a 2-week free trial. And so the pros to that is that they get to explore everything on Beachbody On Demand. They can try any workout, see everything. And you can do workouts besides just the sample workouts that are out free flowing in the internet. So that's really nice because they get to really see what it would be like to have Beachbody On Demand. The con to it is that not everyone signs up. I usually find more success if we post links to workouts where they don't have to, because people kind of panic when you're like, okay, well, now you need to sign up for this. They kind of are like, panicky. One other thing I guess this is an unsolicited, like off the cuff pro to it, is that some people, they'll sign up for the 2 weeks for free and they'll be in the free group, stuff like that. You'll message them to cancel their account and they never cancel it. And then you just got another customer because they don't cancel it. Is that my favorite way to get a customer? No, I would rather have someone and maybe they don't cancel it because they like it and they just don't message me back. I don't know. But not everyone will sign up for BOD. And then it's kind of like, well, this is awkward, but it is what it is. My thought on it is, if they're not going to sign up for the free trial, they're probably not going to be committed anyways, to sign up for a package. So I really don't need to sweat it. The other option that Angie and I use a lot is the sample workout links. So literally you can go on Google and you can Google bar blend sample workout. There is a list of them. I have a list of them on our Google Drive, and Beachbody has a list of them, stuff like that. But super simple: Morning Meltdown sample workout, Control Freak sample workout. And it's nice because they don't have to sign up for anything. It's easy and simple. You just post the link with your post in the morning and they can do it. So I found that to be really helpful. Pro tip with this is, if you are using links that you had saved, like I have a PDF with the links or a working document with the links, check your links before you schedule them in the thing, because I've done that. And then I've had people be like, the link isn't working. Come to find out, right, because it's trademarked by Beachbody, that someone took it down for copyright issues. And so that link no longer worked and it was kind of awkward, but we got it fixed. The con is that you can't try anything other than sample workouts. So you have to do the Morning Meltdown sample. You have there are very specific workouts you can do. Usually they're just the samples, which are nice because they get an overview of what the program would be like. But for example, this 12 days of fitness we're doing, which I'll talk about a little bit more how that's set up. The 12 days of fitness, we're going to be doing the Lift 4 stretch and release. I couldn't think of the word. Right. 21-day fix, cardio fix, trying to do workouts that require no weights, because people, if they're signing up for a free group, they probably don't have access to weights and stuff like that. Most of them. And so it's nice because we can do some sample workouts. We're doing at this point, MBF will be on BOD. So we'll do MBF core circuit. It'll just be nice because we can kind of do workouts that aren't just the sample workouts. And then cons, it can be hard to do for more than just a few days, like I said, because you think of our programs, well, I'm probably not going to have a beginner try the sample workout of the prep and the work, which is the scariest program on the planet. Even 9-week Control Freak, I am a little I put it towards the end of the 12 days because hopefully they've built up some ability to do more advanced moves. T20, right? That's not one that probably someone's going to sign up and start their first workout ever. Probably isn't going to be Transform 20. So I if I use the links, I keep it very simple with 21-day fix. I'm just trying to think, bar blend, Morning Meltdown, kind of those programs that I suggest would be the ones they start with, right? That's kind of how I do the sample workout links, but Usually I do the sample workout links. I haven't done a 2-week free trial group in a long time, but it's time to try it again. Like, because who knows, maybe that's where it'll be at and it'll be great. So don't feel like just because you do it one way, you can only do it that way ever. Other tips from veterans. Angie, do you have any tips on free groups?
Mm. I think like just checking in with them too, like separately outside of the group to make sure like we're building up that community. Even just like aside from the comments is really important because it's super easy to just like throw them in the group and like comment with them there, but it's being more intentional and reaching out to them separately outside of the group like, hey, like what are you thinking? Because I feel like they might be a little bit more vulnerable with you and share their true thoughts rather than just in the group. So that I think just helps build up the community feeling for the group too.
Mm-hmm. And I like to check in with them often and early, right? I would rather check with, like, I try to check in with everyone on day one and say, like, hey, at the end of the day and say, hey, were you able to, did the workout work? Were you able to get your sweat on? Because I would rather them tell me on Monday and be like, no, like today didn't work out. Like, I'll definitely do it tomorrow instead of getting to the end and then them being like, actually, like, I never could figure out how to get on bod, when it's like I could have fixed that the first day and maybe had success. And so I just try to, like Angie said, check in. And even if it's a quick, like, hey, didn't see a sweaty selfie, like, were you able to get your sweat on or something like that? Or if they do post a selfie, you could say, like, oh my gosh, I saw that you did the workout today. I love Morning Meltdown. Like, what were your thoughts on that program? Because they might be like, oh my gosh, I love it. And then it's super nice to be able to have that conversation about where it goes from there. And that follows into interact, interact, interact. That is the biggest thing of free groups, is just commenting, having ways for them to get to know each other, because when they see the community, it's a lot harder for them to be like, no, this is something that's like, it's not going to benefit me. Like, if they are feeling supported, they're going to want to join, which is just good, because, and it also creates like just a really cool atmosphere. And so that is that. What time is it? 7:50. I've talked for 20 minutes. How can I am a teacher. How can I ramble for so long? Okay, so brainstorming. Here's a couple things. Like, you guys are new coaches. So like, these are some questions to ask yourself when making a free group. Like, what is the purpose of a free group? So you guys could easily run a free group that is like, I'm thinking like Amber just started Bar Blend. Like, she could easily run one and be like, hey, here's a free group. I'm doing Bar Blend. Let's do the first like 5 days of Bar Blend together and show you, right? She could talk about it's a self-love, because Bar Blend is all about affirmation, self-love, self-care, that kind of stuff, right? And so what's the purpose? Is it to get some people exposed? Is it to try to get people that have, you feel like you're getting a lot of no's? So how can you build momentum with getting them to at least try it? Like, my thing I come to is, I just feel like people aren't even giving it a chance. They just are like, nope, not doing it. And you're like, if I could just get you to see how great it is. Okay. Number 2, who's your target? Moms, teachers. Angie and I ran a group this fall that was geared towards just teachers, as some of you guys know, right? Like, and it was so cool just to have, like, it was all teachers and it was a cool atmosphere. Those people who always say no, right? Like, so who's your target, right? And question 3, what can you do to make it fun, exciting, and different, right? So that's like where the 12 days of fitness came in, right? We could say, we're hosting a free group, but like, let's make it fun. Let's put some Christmas stuff in there. Like, let's, right, in the new year, I'll probably run a free group, and it'll be something about like goal setting and like ditching resolutions that you don't actually stick with, right? Because we all make these goals and then you look at them and you're like, oh crap, I didn't even start that. I just said it to make myself feel better about life, right? So these are some good questions to ask yourself when you're thinking about a free group, right? Your free group could be as simple as, like, I just started this new coaching journey and I want to show you guys what it's about completely free. And so here's a free group where I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what it's all about. And so I think that's kind of how I did my free group. I just said it was a 5-day free group to explore workout programs and stuff like that. And we just ran with it because people are more apt, obviously, to say yes to free things. That's how I got into it, right? Like Val, I think I know I approached Valerie, but she said like, oh, we have this free group going on. So I did the free group and I was hooked and I signed up. And so, and then you think about, right? Like, it's just crazy to think the ripple effect. Like, what if I never would have been in that free group and I never would have signed up? And then, like, would we be here tonight? I don't know. Maybe this was God's plan for your life. So maybe you'd be on another team call or you'd be on a different team. But I just think of all the people we've impacted as a team, and who knows if that would have happened if I didn't jump in that free group. And that's why I think maybe I love free groups. Lastly, I forget I have to click, is inviting. Okay. So I know this is something that is really tough as a new coach, but it doesn't, like, this is the best place to practice because people aren't going to get mad if you invite them to a free group. Like, I've had no one be like, free, how dare you? So some people I invite, people who said not right now. Obviously, as new coaches, you might not have those people who you've obviously invited before. But for me, it's easy. Like, if I invited someone a few months ago and they said, like, now's not a good time, these are some ways I follow up with them, right? So, hey, Ashley, I know we've chatted before about challenge groups, and I'm hosting a free group happening December 12th. It's focused around Christmas. Can I send you more details? Or people I haven't even invited, right? These are people who have liked your posts or watched your stories or follow you, right? Hey, so-and-so you may have seen. So this is assuming I've talked about it, right? The big thing too is you have to talk about it on your stories or make a post about it. Anyone know how many times they say you have to talk about something before someone actually will like bite? Anyone? 7. They say, experts say you, Amber, I just saw you. Oh my God. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like, you think we're a broken record. Like, we're like, oh my God, we're so annoying saying the same thing every single day. So I try to talk about a different aspect of it every day, but invite in a different way. One day I was by my Christmas tree with my dog and I'm like, like, Clover and I want to invite you to our fitness. And then today I posted a graphic and said, I'm working on my fitness stuff. I showed them an example of the graphic I was making. Just different ways. Cause yeah, they say someone has to hear something 7 times, most likely before they're going to bite and before they're going to sign up. So super crazy to think, but keep that in mind when you're like, no one is joining. So, hey, Angie, you may have seen that I'm running a free fitness challenge group. It's going to be awesome. Can I can send you more details if that sounds interesting to you. People who have ghosted you. Angie and I were working on invites before this team call. And I said, how many times can I invite someone and they ghost me before they tell me to F off? Because like, there are people who have ghosted me literally like 4 times. And here I am like every 2-3 months showing back up and being like, hi, how are you? I'm here. Please like say something to me. My thought on that is, if you didn't want me to invite you, you probably wouldn't still be liking my stuff. Like, if I annoyed you that bad with my invites, you'd probably unfollow me or you probably wouldn't look at my stuff anymore. So I'm going to continue to pop in. And it's not like I'm being annoying. I'm not popping in there every single day and being like, join my group. I'm just throwing it out there. So, but I've also been doing this a long time. So to me, like, every no gets me closer to a yes. And so like, I know that every person I invite is one step closer to my dreams of like, having the freedom to travel anywhere I want, being a stay-at-home mom, all those kinds of things. So to me, I see the no's as power to get to the yeses. But so people who have ghosted you, right? Hi, Amber, I'm running a free 12-day fitness group. I didn't want you to miss out on this fun chance to try things out. Can I send the details your way? I have found, here's a pro tip, and Angie will probably agree. I see more success with responses and less ghosting if I say, can I send you the details, or can I send the details your way, instead of that middle, if that sounds interesting to you, or stuff like that. People, I think they get worried that like they're making a commitment. If they tell you that it's interesting or that it interests them, they're worried that you're going to like latch onto them and like, I don't know, never let them go or something. So I just try. The other way is if you're worried about inviting, give them a cop out, right? Say, can I send details your way? I know it's Christmas time, so maybe now's, it's busy season. If now's not the right time, no biggie. Sometimes if I have a poll and I think someone accidentally clicked on my poll, I will quite literally say, like, can I send the details your way? No biggie if you accidentally clicked on my poll, no harsh feelings, with a heart. Like, I don't care if you accidentally clicked, because I've had people who have accidentally clicked and been like, actually, I did accidentally click, but why don't you give me more details? So doesn't hurt. So what questions do you guys have about free groups or anything in general? I mean, you have Angie and I here and we're open books.
So like you mentioned, like the bar blend, since that's what I'm starting, like would that have to be the free trial sign up then, since they would have to try that one program?
Yeah. And so you would
Okay.
sign them up. Oh, that's the other thing I want to touch on. If you do that, the biggest thing to remember is, like, I like doing 5 to 7 days, like 12 days. I'm actually a little nervous about, because if they don't cancel it the day before that auto ship happens, like, they'll be charged, which I've told them, I've had that happen, and I just tell them, contact customer service, they'll refund you, no biggie. And so, because I just never want someone to be like, you tricked me into getting this subscription, right? You had me sign up, you told me I wouldn't be charged. And so, but I'm really straightforward with them too. I say, like, it'll ask you for your credit cards. It will not charge you until this date. If you cancel before this date, you will, you'll be fine. And I will remind you 2 days in advance or whatever. So like Angie and I, we will not send out share cart links until, like, I'm sending mine the day before. So on the 11th. So hopefully they'll get through. The last day will be day 13. And like, we'll tell them, like, celebrate your last workout by either A, like signing up, or either A, like saying it's not for you. Like, hopefully somewhere in between that time frame, they'll decide what's right for them. Because I'll probably encourage them to think about it kind of even during that second week of workouts, like encourage them to start thinking and start talking about packages. Because it'll be Christmas Eve. Like we end the day before Christmas Eve for 12 days of fitness. So like they might, like, if they don't understand that they have to cancel before this date. And Beachbody also emails them. And so that's the other thing with like auto ships, is it's important to, like, I message everyone for auto ships and stuff, but I also like to remind them, like, they email you too, so that it's not like a surprise that it happens. But so, and you guys are both able to, are you both in the 12 days of fitness? Because you guys can invite to that one too.
Yeah,
No,
I have
I'm
like
not.
5 people already in it and a couple that have been invited. So I'm excited because I have a lot of like my friends and family that are hesitant and like, I don't know, I want to try it, or like, that sounds cool. But one of them is like, her last semester before student teaching, she's like, I literally have $0. I think like when I get paid next, maybe. I was like, well, there's a free group if you want to do it.
Yep.
She joined today. So I'm excited. I have quite a few in
That'll
there.
Be awesome. That'll be good. And so, yeah, Amber, you can still hop in there because we don't start till the 12th. So there's still 6 days.
Yeah, I'd like to join just to even just see how it is run and
I'm gonna
response and stuff.
I'm gonna actually send you an invite while I'm thinking of it. And so it's a good one to invite to. And one fun thing, like, I don't know, one fun thing Angie and I are doing is a fun giveaway each day. So it's nothing big, but it'll be like Energize, or we both have Bevy, or Shakeology packets. Just like I even have a few peppermint mochas left from last season that I've been like holding on to for my dear life. Like, I'm probably going to do that, or just like fun little things like that to encourage people to participate. Is it necessary? Definitely not. Do I always give stuff away in a free group? No, but I just thought, like, Angie and I both have a lot of product. Like, I love my product, and I think free samples are great too if I have extra product to give people, because people want to try it, right? Like, just like Ashley, I think of you, right? You wanted to try Shakeology before you bit the bullet. And so I see it as an investment. And I don't ship them out willy-nilly, right? Like I understand Shakeology is expensive. And so I'm not sending them to every human being I come across. But like if they're in the fitness group and they're participating, there could be a good chance they could sign up. So if I can maybe entice them and send them Energize and then be like, oh my gosh, that Energize was really good. Like I need a challenge pack. That's, and so, but you don't always have to do that. We just are. So trying to think. Other questions? Any other questions?
I just had 2 people like join my thing yesterday, and I like, do I just add them to the 2020 group? I know you said yes, but I didn't know like if I could just add them or if I had to wait or.
Yes, you can. Let me see here too. You should be able just to add anyone. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I was trying to think.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the 2 people I got. So
That's good. That's exciting. And that's the other thing is you can have people transfer. I'm going to stop the recording.